Hey everyone, it's me again, Brittany, and I'm here today to do the Finally Fall book tag with a twist. So I was tagged by a Rachel Marie book junkie to do the Finally Fall book tag, but I've actually already done this tag. I did it last year when I was kind of trying to do something with my channel and completely, just dropped off the face of the planet after that. And so since I have already done it, and since it is Halloween time, I did want to dress up, and obviously I'm dressed up as a witch, and I'm having such a good time. When I was a kid, I used to love to dress up as a witch for Halloween. I have like 10 different witch costumes, and I would play games where I was a witch and I had such a good time, and I really wanted to bring that into this, and I figured since I have already done the Finally Fall book tag, I should do it again, but kind of make some of the challenges more towards my witchy side, since right at this exact moment I am obviously a witch. So yeah, I really hope you guys enjoy this video. I hope you're enjoying all these awesome costumes that I've been coming up with for you guys. I'm having a really great time. So yeah, let's get started. I will link Rachel Marie's video down below and also the original creators video down below, as well as the questions just in case you want to do it. So let's get started. So number 1 is, in fall the air is crisp and clear, name a book with a vivid setting. So for this I had to go with something written by Sean McGuire, and that is Down Among the Sticks and Bones. I love this book. I've only read 2 of the Wayward Children's books, but they're so vivid. And this one in particular is because it follows Jack and Jill in their portal world, where it's just dark and mysterious, and there's monsters and there's vampires, and I love it so much. It's fantastic, and you really feel like you're there. You feel the fog, you feel the mystery, you feel the danger around every corner. So I had to go with this one. Obviously it has a very vivid setting. It's fantastic. I really highly recommend this, and it's very spooky and creepy like this season is. Number 2, nature is beautiful but also dying. Name a book that is beautifully written but also deals with a heavy topic like loss or grief. How did I miss this one? I didn't pick out a book for this. I'm really not sure how I missed this question when I was looking them over and picking out all the books that I wanted to talk about, but I definitely did. So there's probably a better answer for this on my shelves, since I do actually, when I do read contemporary, I like the ones that have to do with loss and grief. But for now, we're gonna go with Milk and Honey by Rupi Kaur. This is a poetry collection. I think everyone really knows this poetry collection. It's probably just one of the most popular ones right at this moment. But obviously this one actually deals with a lot of just relationship issues and dealing with yourself and coming to your own person, and it deals with a lot of different forms of grief, and just, I don't know how to explain it. It's been a while since I've read it, honestly, but it is very beautifully written. It has that modern poetry feel, so if you don't like that, you probably won't like this. I am kind of indifferent towards modern poetry. I think it's kind of cool, but at the same time I'm like, okay. I'm just on the fence about it a lot, but I really do like some of the metaphors that she uses and some of the things that she talks about. So number 3 is Fall is Back to School Season. Share a non-fiction book that taught you something new. As you guys know, I don't read anything non-fiction besides my spell books. But for now, I am going to talk about The Power of Myth by Joseph Campbell. This is actually a book that I had to read for a mythology class that I took, and it is just so fantastic. My dad actually told me there is a documentary style video of this exact lecture on Netflix, or he saw it on YouTube or something like that, but he was telling me about it and I was like, wait, I read that. And it is just so fascinating. This man, Joseph Campbell, was so knowledgeable, and he was so affluent in every single kind of myth, and he just saw all these similarities, and I don't know, the way that he talks about myth in this book was so enlightening, and it was so fascinating to read about, because personally I really love mythology, and I grew up Catholic in a witch outfit. I don't know what's happening. But I always kind of I don't know, I was never 100% devout, and reading this actually gave me kind of comfort in that, because there was a lot of comparisons between how Catholicism came about or Christianity came about with other just amazing kinds of theologies and religions, and it was just so great. I learned so much from this. I definitely want to reread this one day when I don't have the pressure of class to push me to do it, and it's just fascinating to see how similar so many different religions can be. It's insane because you never really think about it. You're like, my religion is the only one of its kind, and it is, but it isn't. So it was really cool. Number 4, in order to keep warm, it's good to spend some time with the people we love. Name a fictional family, household, friend group that you'd like to be a part of. So, I was gonna say Harry Potter, but I feel like everyone says Harry Potter, so, and plus, it's a very different form of witch in Harry Potter. I don't use a wand, so, no. I'm gonna go with the inner circle in ACOTAR. If you have only read the first book, then you kind of don't really know what I'm talking about, and if you are sensitive to any sort of spoiler, this isn't gonna be really a spoiler, it's just a very minute one. I will hold this book up, and when I put it down, you can stop listening. But yeah, I would love to be part of the inner circle in ACOTAR. They all just love each other so much, and it's just fantastic to see their group dynamics. And I just really, as much as ACOFAS got a ton of hate, even from me, I still really liked seeing all of them be together, be in this comfortable place together, and just, I don't know, be like a happy little family. They are the family. They are the epitome of the family you make, not the family you're born into, and I do really love them. It has many other problems as there are in the ACOTAR series. I still really love the inner circle and how they are with each other, so I'd probably want to be a part of them. Plus, like, if I was part of them, I'd probably have some pretty badass powers, which I'd be totally okay with, so. Well, I do have pretty badass powers because I'm a witch. I keep forgetting. I'm so sorry. Number 5, the colorful leaves are piling up on the ground. Show us a pile of fall-colored spines. Now, as much as I do love fall and things dying and everything like that, I didn't really want to do fall-colored spines. I instead wanted to do witchy-colored spines. So it's mostly a bunch of purple, some greens, some dark navies and blacks and silvers, and I just really like how this came out, and I really feel like it's my aesthetic for this look, so that's what I did, and I really like it. So we had the Glass Bear, the Unbound, Winter, My Plain Jane, the Wicked Deep, and the Grey Wolf Throne, so yeah. Drops all the books. Number 6, fall is the perfect time for some storytelling by the fireside. Share a book wherein somebody is telling a story. Now, I have to agree with Rachel Marie for this one and say The Name of the Wind. I have only read the first book in this series. There are 2 books out and then a novella, but it's just so great. This is all told by a storyteller. It's kind of switching between timelines because while the storyteller is telling the story, you're obviously in that timeline and then you snap back to the present, and it's just so well done and so fantastic. And I love the respect that they give the storyteller because, I mean, it's just this old guy telling a story in a bar, basically. But all these kids kind of like are interrupting in the beginning. He's like, boy, if you don't stop interrupting me, I'm gonna stop telling the story. And they all just shut up because they want to hear these things. They want to hear about their past and this great, great hero that this world once knew named Kvolth. So, yeah. Obviously, The Name of the Wind, basically, everything you need to know about this book is on the back. I have read this blurb before, so if you've heard me read it and you don't want to hear me read it again, I'll be holding this book while I read it, and when I put it down, you can just like unmute this. But it says, my name is Kvolth. I have stolen princesses back from the sleeping Barrow kings. I burned down the town of Trebon. I've spent the night with Florian and left with both my sanity and my life. I was expelled from the university at a younger age than most people are allowed in. I tread paths by moonlight that others fear to speak of during the day. I have talked to gods, loved women, and written songs that make the minstrels weep. You may have heard of me. It's such a good book. I recommend it so strongly. It's just this man's story, and this is only the first part of his story, and I don't want to pick up the second book. I know a ton of you keep telling me that you want me to read it. I don't want to pick it up until I know when the third one's coming out, because I don't know if I can handle that much stress on my poor soul. Number 7, the nights are getting darker. Share a dark, creepy read. So this is a book that I have never talked about on my channel, but I read long before I started BookTube, and honestly, it I loved this book. I reread it so many times, so many times. And that is Dark Visions by, who is this by? L.J. Smith. Oh, it kind of matches me. That's, yes, that was on purpose. But I loved L.J. Smith's writing in general. I loved The Night World. The Vampire Diaries, which is her most famous work, is definitely not her best work. And she started having shadow writers come in more recent years to finish off her series. She never finished The Night World, which is a series that I was in love with, and I'm still waiting for that end, so, you know, get on that if you can, L.J. Smith. But she had a bunch of these, or she had a few of these short stories, and this one was my favorite. So let's kind of like speak about it. Dark Visions is about this girl named Caitlin Fairchild, who was always kind of an outsider in her small town. She had these strange light eyes, and she drew out her visions or she drew out scenes that would later come true. So it was just, eventually she gets kind of recruited by this very unique school, not even a school because there's only 4 other children and they're all kind of in a house and they're learning how to work on these psychic gifts, and they all have different, it's so amazing. Like they have testing in their psychic areas. They talk about like alpha waves and gamma waves and beta waves that come through the brain. There's these stones that kind of enhance your psychic abilities. There's this creepy villain. There is a situation where she has all her senses, like she has complete deprivation of her senses, so she gets like put into a floating water, she gets blindfolded, she can't hear, she can't speak, she can't feel anything. It's just a really cool story. And I read this back when I was really into art, and there's so many art references in here of just colored pencils and how she drew and the graphite and everything, and it was perfect for a little girl that loved paranormal things and also loved to draw. So I really highly recommend this. It's so creepy for what it is. It's just, you're on the edge of your seat the entire time, and there's a bad boy in it. I love bad boys. So yeah, definitely recommend this if you haven't read any of her work. I would probably start with this because The Night World will make you upset that there's never gonna be another book. Number 8. The days are getting colder. Name a short, heartwarming read that could warm up somebody's cold and rainy day. So as you guys know, I don't read short and heartwarming things. I don't know why. I just really like the long, depressing stuff. But I was looking through my books and I realized I've actually never hauled this for you guys, but for my birthday, my mom actually gave me The Little Prince by Antoine de Saint. That's as far as I can go. My mom gave me The Little Prince, and she gave it to me for my birthday saying that this was one of her favorite stories growing up. She also gave me the Spanish version of this, but she decided to keep it because she's like, I want to reread it. And I was like, okay. El Principito. And I haven't read it yet, but I've heard fantastic things. First of all, it was really special for my mom to give me something that was once her favorite read as a child, because she's never really done that for me, and it was really sweet, and I'm really excited to get to it. But I've also heard really fantastic things from Books with Chloe about this. This is actually, I think, one of her favorite reads of all time as well, and I just know that it's going to be very heartwarming, but very crucial as well. I think I know I'm gonna really like it, and I know I'm kind of cheating on this because I haven't read it yet, but I don't have any short heartwarming reads, and I know that this one will be short and heartwarming. So I really can't wait. Number 9, fall returns every year. Name an old favorite that you'd like to return to soon. So it may not be any surprise to some of you guys, but I really want to return to Harry Potter. I have never reread the Harry Potter series, ever. I read it the first time, like while it was still coming out, and then I never picked them back up. And I'm just so curious to see what my thoughts are on this. I know this is one of like everyone's all-time favorite books, and I did really like it when I read it, but not having the reread experience, not having to know like everything about it, I haven't gotten that experience yet, and I really want to reread it. I don't think I need to give you guys a summary on what Harry Potter's about, but this is definitely something that I just need to reread one of these days. Number 10, fall is the perfect time for cozy reading nights. Share your favorite cozy reading accessories. So I'm wearing one of them. It's my witchy robe. It helps me concentrate, especially if I need to spell a book to be better. But I'll be right back with my other one. My other one is my black cat. He hates being held. He doesn't talk in front of the camera because he's shy, but he definitely can talk. Can't you, baby? Oh, Yeah, that's my other spooky accessory. He's currently hiding in a corner because he's mad at me now. He has a lot of feelings and he doesn't like being picked up, so that's really on me. But yeah, he's obviously my other favorite reading accessory. When I read, he actually sits in my lap. If I'm sitting, if I'm laying down, he doesn't do it, but if I'm sitting, he lays on my lap, and it's really sweet, and it's just perfect to have a little black cat for this witch. And number 11 is spread the autumn appreciation and tag some people. So I'm really not sure who has or hasn't done this tag, but basically if you guys feel in the mood to do it, you're more than welcome to. I think I'll be tagging, I don't know. Yeah, that's really what I'm gonna leave it at. I will see you in my next one. Bye!